Hey guys, so today I'm really feeling the pink thing, I guess, but I'm here to do my top 5 underrated books, just of all of the ones I've read, like no particular year or anything. So yeah, I don't want this to be a long video, and if you know me then you can probably guess what some of these books will be, but yeah, let's just get started. The first one that I have is more the author and not this particular book, although this is one of my favorites, and that's The Timekeeper by Mitch Albom. This is an adult book, and it's really hard to explain. I think I did a review, but I'm not sure, and I wish I did. But this book takes 3 perspectives, one of Father Time, and 2, one is an older man and one is about like a teenage girl. And it talks about how everybody has a different perspective of time and how we kind of take our time for granted, or when we wish for more time, and kind of all of that. And this is one of the best books that I read last year, and I own a bunch of his other books. I read The 5 People You Meet in Heaven and I think a couple other ones, but this is definitely the best one and I think it's totally underrated. So this next one is similar to the Mitch Albom one, where I think the author herself is underrated, but the book that I picked is To Be Perfectly Honest by Sonia Stones. I have read this one and 3 of her other books, and they are all fantastic, but I think this one has to be my favorite of all of them. I talk about this book a ton. It was also one of my favorites, and I think that not enough people, I don't know if they don't know about this author or they're not interested in the books, but they are contemporary books written in verse. So they're very quick reads and they are very relatable and funny, and yeah, so underrated. Then I picked The Program by Suzanne Young. As many of you know, I love this book. I'm telling all of my friends to read it because it is such a good book. And I read the sequel, and that is The Treatment, and I think that's the last book. I think it's just a duology, and I hope so because it ended so well. And this book is about a world, it's not exactly dystopian, but suicide and depression here is an epidemic, so they are kind of trying to fix that, and by fixing it they send kids into the program where basically they just erase their memories thinking that will get rid of the depression. And yeah, so it kind of takes the story of 2 main characters, James and Sloane, and yeah, just kind of their story and how they're dealing with it. And it was very good and very actiony. And then this one I kind of took a step further than The Program, where for The Program I said I was telling all my friends to read it. For this one I bought all of my friends a copy, and that is The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. I just want everybody to read this book because people don't trust me when I'm like, it's so good, and they're like, you just like the author. Yes, I love Chris Colfer, but this book is also very cute and very fun and very fast, and it's middle grade, and it's a very pretty book, as I say a lot. This was like my #1 book of 2013. Out of the 151 books that I read, this was #1. So I'm kind of pressuring everybody I know to read it, but everybody has been loving it, so obviously I'm doing something right. And yeah, so I think this book is totally underrated, considering that a lot of people on BookTube like to read middle grade. Nobody seems to really haul this or talk about this, and yeah, so it's really cute. If you like fairy tale retellings that incorporate more than one fairy tale, then you should check this book out. And then the last book is one that I recently read and I adored, and that is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I think this is going to be on my top 14 of 2014, and it was just really good, and I didn't expect it to be this good. It's very thrilling, and it's about a group of teenagers, I think they're all teenagers, that are basically working for the government. It's either the FBI or the CIA, some kind of government thing, because they are all naturals at something. They are good at naturally reading people, figuring out different situations, reading emotions, figuring out what people are going to do, etc., etc. So they kind of use these kids to try and piece together how crimes happened and serial killers and how they think, and it was just very interesting, and it makes me want to read more crime books because I really liked the thrilling aspect, and like I mentioned, the ending went somewhere I didn't think it was gonna go. So I can't wait for the sequel because it was such a cliffhanger and I just need to know. So yeah. So these are the top 5 underrated books that I have read. You guys should totally check these books out. They are so good, particularly these 3. Well, all of them. Just go read all of them. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think some underrated books are down in the comments, and I will go check them out. And if you've read any of these books or want to read any of these books, also let me know down in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.